Everyone, so I'm back with another story, and I know some of you that are watching are going to go back to school really soon, so I thought, why not send Terry back to school? Because it's going to be a little bit different, and Terry's going to explain it to you all. So go grab something to eat, go grab something to drink, and without further ado, let's read all about Terry. Are you ready? Terry was really confused. For what felt like forever, he wasn't allowed to play outside. He couldn't see his friends, his granny, his granddad, or his aunties and uncles. He couldn't even go to school. Then, when he went shopping with his mummy, everybody was wearing a mask. It was very scary. Terry decided that the new world was very scary. Yet, when the pterodactyl in charge of the jungle told everyone schools were opening, Terry was happy. He could finally play with his friends. So that morning he got up and raced to school. But when he got there, his mummy stopped him. "Terry!" she yelled. Terry stopped and stared at his mummy. She pulled him into a hug. "Today's school might be a little different, okay? There may be less of you. And you may not be allowed to hug your friends, but that's okay." Terry looked at his mummy confused. "Why, mummy?" he asked. His mummy smiled sadly. "Well, do you know when you get sick and you have to stay off school so you don't make everyone else sick?" she asked. Terry nodded. "But I'm not sick," he said, confused. "I know, honey, but your friends might be sick. You see, Terry, this is a different kind of sickness. It's like dominoes. You know when we stand dominoes in a line?" She asked. Terry nodded. "Well, what happens when you knock one over?" Terry's face scrunched up. They all fall over," he said. His mummy nodded. "Yes, and there was one domino that was very sick, and he passed his ickiness to all the other dominoes." Terry bit his lip. "So there was one sick person, and because he didn't stay inside from other people, he got everyone else sick, so then we had to stay inside." His mummy smiled at him. Terry was very smart. After his mother told him that he was indeed correct, she let Terry go into school. School was very different. Just like his mummy had said, there were a lot less children, and Terry even had his own desk. He thought it was very cool. Well, until he couldn't talk to his friends. Tilly was far away from him, and Sally wasn't even in. It was worse at break time. The teachers encouraged children to play together, but not near each other. They would play races and skipping, but Terry didn't like it. He wanted to play with Tilly and Sally, not by himself. He tried to remember what his teacher had told him this morning. By being apart, we'll soon be back together. He was a superhero when he didn't hug. That's what his teacher had told him. Because by not hugging them, he'd save his friends from getting ill. And Terry had always dreamed of being a superhero, so he stayed away. Toward the end of the day, Terry had washed his hands a gajillion times. Yet, Terry was happy when he got to his cave later that night, because he had helped people stay safe. His teacher was right. He was a superhero. So, if any of you guys are going back to school, you may not be able to hug your friends. You may have to stay a little bit further away from everybody, but that's okay, because by doing that you can be your own superhero and you're going to stop everybody else from getting sick, and I think that's really, really brave. So that's everything, and if you are going back to school, I hope you enjoy it. But for now, see you later.